Hello. These are some of the parents' obligations that you are doing. Yeah. So, welcome back to this channel. Hope you guys are doing fine. Hope you guys are doing great. As parents, we have got lots of obligations to do. We've got lots of things to do. We make sure that these little ones grow up to be good generation and things like that. So, as a mother, it's my obligation to do my duties and to help my children grow in a healthy and a well environment. So today I'm going to talk about things that first-time mamas, some mistakes we make. Let's just discuss on some common mistakes we make as new parents, or some common mistakes we make as mamas. I'm just going to discuss on a few mistakes that mamas make. So you may check on yourself and like, am I making a mistake or I'm not? Especially on that time, first-time mamas. So first-time mamas in general, welcome. This is for you, and let's discuss together. Let's just jump into today's topic. So, what are some of the common mistakes that new mamas make? One, it could be overfeeding or underfeeding. Yeah, these are some of the mistakes that some new mamas make. Sometimes we either overfeed our babies because we don't know whether they are full or they are not, or sometimes we underfeed them. So this can lead to some problems, because if you underfeed your baby, that means also the weight gain will decrease. Your baby won't gain enough kilos that they're supposed to gain. But then if you overfeed, it can lead to something else, obese and things like that, or gas in their stomach, excessive feeding, stomach discomforts. So as new mamas, always look for those cues. Is my baby hungry? Is my baby having enough? Have I fed my baby enough? Or have I fed my baby proper timing and things like that? So make sure that you don't overfeed or you don't underfeed. But the other mistake that new mamas will make, inconsistent sleeping routine. We don't keep that sleeping routine consistent, and in this it can even affect you as a mother, because it can lead to something like they call it sleep deprivations. So if you don't sleep enough, it will lead to problem. But then if you don't keep those sleeping routines consistent, your baby this time sleeps after 2 hours. Then tomorrow you are like, they sleep after every 3 hours. Then the other day they sleep after. So you find that you don't keep it consistent. So it will also lead to problem. Because first of all, you as a mother, you will not track the right timing of your baby's sleep. So make sure that the sleeping is consistent, so to avoid that mistake. But the other mistake mamas we make, you don't burp your baby. Not burping your baby, it can lead also to problems. It can lead to the stomach to feel gas, those gas discomforts if you don't burp your baby. So make sure that you burp your baby, properly, or in after feeding. Make sure that every after feed you burp your baby. This will help your baby to reduce gas in your stomach and those stomach discomfort. But then the other mistake that we make, ignoring crying. You know that these little ones, when they are very little, you find that they cry a lot, and sometimes as a mother, like, I'm so tired, I'm not going to respond to this cry. But that one also, it may also lead to problems. So don't ignore every cry, though sometimes they just cry for no reason. But if the cry persists, they keep crying, at least look for the reasons as to why. Are they hungry? Are they sick? Or things like that. When they cry continues. But the other thing is not following safe sleep practices. It's very, very important, mothers, to follow safe sleep practices. Practice for your baby safe sleep. And also when the baby is very little, or when the baby is young, or newborn babies, make sure that they sleep on their back. They sleep on their back and not on their stomachs, because this, first of all, it will prevent the risk of sudden death infant syndromes. You know, those syndromes of death when the babies are new. So even sleeping position can lead to that, to the CIDs, the sudden infant death syndromes. So avoid sleeping on their stomachs. But then the other thing that sometimes new mamas will use pillows for our babies. Make sure that you avoid pillows, no matter how soft they are. When the baby is young, make sure that the bedding are comfortable. The mattress is comfortable, soft enough, and then don't use a pillow, because you know that pillows, they may also lead to suffocation for your baby, which may lead to those CIDs, the sudden death infant syndromes. So make sure that you avoid that. But then the other thing is overdressing or underdressing. New mamas, you're like, you don't know when my baby, maybe it's too cold. Then you put a lot of clothes. Maybe it's too warm. Then you remove and you let your baby underdress. So that one is also can cause either overheating to the baby, or it can cause something called hypothermia. So also avoid that, because it's also not safe. The other thing is relying too much on advice. My friend said this, mommy said this, my mom said this, my auntie said this and this. Sometimes it's okay to rely on advice, but also sometimes believe on your own instinct. Mothers, that instinct is very important. Sometimes just ignore those advice. So sometimes they are helpful, but then don't take too much on those advice, my dear. So these are some also mistakes new mamas make. The other mistake is neglect self-care. Mamas, this is my firstborn. All the time you're with your baby all the time. Then you forget about yourself. You forget about your own needs. This will lead to fatigue, hence leading to stress. So make sure that you also don't forget about yourself, my dear. Just remember yourself, to take care of yourself, to eat yourself well, to treat yourself well. Have that some treatment for yourself sometimes. Just enjoy time for yourself. And also here, it will help you to make your partner also take care of the baby, because if you're not too much to the baby, sometimes also you give it to your partner to help you, and then you have that time for yourself. Then sometimes it's also ignoring oral healthy. Sometimes, like for me, when my baby was young, I was like, my baby has no teeth, why should I take care of their oral health? But they say that it's very important, even if the baby has no teeth, clean that gum. Just take care of. You can use a cotton bud, and then you just clean properly that gum and the tongue. Also, that will help you to make sure that you have started early enough to take care of your baby's oral health. The other thing is skipping tummy times. Sometimes we skip tummy times for our babies, and this will lead to their shoulder muscles and the neck muscles to be weak. So don't ignore the tummy timings. They are very, very important. The other thing, new mothers, we ignore sometimes with the mistakes we make, delaying vaccinations. New mamas, you're like, I'll go tomorrow. Anyway, the schedule was the schedule was today, but then I'll just go for vaccination tomorrow, or maybe the next week. My dear, delaying vaccination can also be a problem later on for your baby. So make sure that you don't ignore those vaccination and take them on time. Take your babies for vaccination, for those shots on time. Don't delay them. Don't go on that appointment. But then the other thing mamas we do, we compare babies. Sometimes those are mistakes we do. You're like, my firstborn was like this. My firstborn started growing teeth by the time the baby was 4 months. I started seeing those first teeth by the time when my baby was 3, was 4. But what's wrong with this? That one will just make you yourself worry. Every baby come with their own gifts. So babies are different. Don't compare this baby to the firstborn or the second or the other siblings. This was like the other baby was not crying too much. What's wrong with this? It will just keep yourself worried for nothing, my dear. So those are some of the mistakes we do. But the other thing is also misinterpreting cues. You don't know whether your baby is hungry, whether your baby is full, whether your baby is sick. So try to learn those cues as early as possible. So mamas, these are some of the mistakes that mamas will do, but make sure that you avoid those mistakes as a new mom. Thank you. Let me go on with my daily obligations. Bye for now. Thank you.
Bye.